Hey guys, welcome back. How are you? I hope you all are good and doing well. In this lecture, we will discuss about test-driven development approach. What is this and how it work and how to work with this. Okay. So first of all, we need to understand what is TDD. So TDD is a stands for test-driven development that you can also refer as TFD. I mean the test first development. And this is a software development practice in which you write tests before writing the code, and then write just enough code to make sure the test pass, followed by refactoring the code while keeping the tests green or the test cases passes still. Okay. And the TDD process or workflow has three stages that we can say as red, green, refactor. Okay. So what happened in the red stage or red phase, that we write a test case that fails, okay, or that must fail, because the TDD suggests that, or TDD enforces that we need to write test first, then we need to implement the feature. So, since in red stage we wrote the test case first and the feature is not implemented yet, so it must fail. Okay, and then we need to go to the green stage or green phase, and in that green phase, what we need to do? We need to write minimum code which is required to make the test case pass, and then we need to go to the refactor stage, and in the refactor stage we clean up the code while ensuring all the tests still passing. Okay, and these are very basic yet mandatory details you need to know before start doing development using TDD approach. Okay, and there are many more stuffs to discuss, like what are the disadvantages can happen if we do not follow the TDD, or we do not have the test cases, or we do not follow the TDD with proper approach. Okay, but we will discuss all these things later, because right now here we are only focused to understand the TDD at very basic level. So we will just do some practical here. Okay, now, and we will discuss all rest of the topics in next lecture. So we will use a Ruby project for understanding the TDD. So let's create a new Ruby project which performs arithmetic operation. Arithmetic operation means, I hope you know, just calculation, subtraction, division, and multiplication. Okay, so you can say we will create a calculator class here. Okay, so let's create a Ruby project first. So open the terminal. Okay, and in this terminal, what you need to do? First, create a Ruby project. Okay, so let me switch to one of my project directory, and here what we can do: mkdir ruby td Ruby TDD practices. Okay, now let's switch to this directory. So Ruby TDD practices. Okay, and here let's open this in some code editor. So let's open it in Sublime. For me, you can open it in your any of your preferred code editor. Okay, now let's create an empty class in this directory. Okay, so name this class as calculator.rb. Okay, and just implement this class and keep this class empty. Okay, do not write any method like initialize or any instance method into it, and don't do anything. Okay, because we just want to understand the TDD approach completely, so we just need a empty class. Okay, now we need to create a gem file in this Ruby project. Yes, gem file, because we will sorry, I will explain the this TDD approach using RSpec, and to do that we need to use RSpec gem for our Ruby project. Okay, so let's create a gem file in this project. So create a new file, gem file, save it. Okay, and here we need to include the RSpec gem, but before RSpec we need to use the source as well, just to tell the bundler that where to fetch the gem from. Okay, so source should be https rubygems.org. Okay, and now let's add the gem RSpec. Okay, save this, and now we know that whenever we add a new gem into our project, because usually it happens in the rails that whenever we add a new gem in the project, we need to install the bundler. Okay, so let's go to the terminal, and here what we need to do: bundle install. Okay, but before running that command, I would like to tell that if you are doing it first time in any machine, I mean that machine do not have any Rails project or any Ruby project previously. Okay, so you need to make sure that whether bundler is installed within that project system or not. If it is not installed, you first need to run the command gem install bundler, then you need to install the bundle. Okay, so now, but since I already have gem install bundler, so I'm just running this bundle install. Okay, so when you run the bundle install, what it will do that it will aid the RSpec gem within your project. Okay. Now what we need to do that we need to initialize this RSpec. So let's do this bundle exec RSpec hyphen init. Okay. This will initialize the RSpec within your project. It will create one file with .rspec, which is uh, uh, just using the spec helper, and then it will create a spec directory. Here within the spec directory you need to keep all of your test cases. Okay, and it will also provide a spec helper for additional configuration. For example, you can see it here. So you can see that within this spec directory you have a spec helper. Okay, but right now we do not need any additional configuration for this basic TDD example, so we will not do anything here. Okay, so now let's write a example spec for our calculator class. Okay, so here what we will do that go to the spec directory and create a new file, and in this file let's add a spec file. Sorry, in this folder let's add a spec folder, spec file, calculator underscore spec dot rb. Okay, and here what we need to do first, we need to load the calculator class. Okay, this is required because in the spec we will instantiate our classes and we will invoke their methods on that, or our constant we can also instantiate like modules and all. Okay, so here what we need to do that we need to reload those constants. Okay, because without that we cannot perform tests. Okay, so let's use require relative and then calculator. Okay, and now we need to define the rspec group for the calculator class. So rspec.describe your calculator do and end this. Okay, now within this rspec block we need to write our example groups and all. Okay, and because we will group our examples within separate our test cases within some example groups. Okay, so we can use context or describe for that. So let's use context. So context, let's say addition do. Okay, and now within this example group we need to write out separate examples. Okay, so and example we can write using it block. Okay, so let's say it should return sum of two numbers, sum of two numbers. Okay, so what should happen when we calculate sum of two numbers? So in a general sense we can think of like there should be some method, let's say add, which accept two arguments and return the sum of those variables. Okay, so here first instantiate the calculator class. So calculator dot new. Okay, and here now we need to invoke that add method because it's the general sense that we have such method. So result equal to, let's say, calc dot add and provide two arguments, let's say 10 and 30. Okay, so what we are doing here that we instantiated the calculator class, and then we are in trying to invoke a add method define should be defined within the calculator class, which should perform addition of these two passed arguments, and then we need to expect some output here. Okay, that means that we need to expect that result should be 30. Okay, so here what we can do, expect result dot to eq 40, because our arguments are 10 and 30. Okay, so here we can use result should equal to 40. So what we are doing here, let me remind again that we instantiate the calculator class, then we are trying to invoke a method which perform addition and takes two argument. Okay, and then we are expecting the value of the result. Okay, so right now we are in the red stage of the TDD. Why? Because we implemented the test case first, which is enforced by the TDD approach. Okay, but we did not have this add method within our calculator class. Okay, I mean this feature is not implemented to add two numbers within the calculator class. So our spec must fail. Okay, so let's verify this. Go to the terminal, and here what we need to do, bundle exec RSpec. Okay, so here you can see what we are saying, that our spec is failed. It is returning a no method error. So you can see that undefined method add for calculator class. So our spec is failing, and this is what we needed. So right now the red stage or red phase has been worked successfully. Now what we need to do, we need to go to the calculator class. Okay, or we need to switch into the green stage. Okay, and in green stage what we do, that we write minimum number of code that is required to pass the spec. Okay, so let's go to the calculator class. So what we need in this calculator class, that we need a add method which should accept two argument. Okay, so here you can go to the spec again. So what we are doing here, we are invoking a method add with two argument that should return 40. That means it should return the sum of the variables passed or arguments passed. So let's create a add method here. Add, let's say value 1, value 2. Okay, and here what we need to do, let's create a variable result equal to well 1 plus value 2. Okay, and then return the result. Okay, so now we completed the green stage as well. That means we just implemented the enough code which is required to pass the test case. So now let's go to the test case again. What we did here again, however, you might feel it irritating, but it is the way to understand the TDD. So what we did here, we instantiated this calculator class, then we invoke this add method which accept argument integer arguments. Okay, and then it returns it in the add method. What it will do, it will accept this perform addition and store it into some variable and provide the return the value of the result variable. Okay, so let's save everything and go to the terminal again, and now run the spec. Okay, so here you can see there's one example, zero failure. That means our green stage has been completed or our spec has been passed. Okay, now we need to go to the third stage, which is refactor. Okay, so let's go to the calculator class and look at the add method. Okay, so here do you think there is any possibility to refactor this method? Okay, yes, because I intentionally add some scope of improvement here to explain the refactor stage. Okay, here you can see that we are calculating the sum of past argument and then storing that sum into a variable name as result. Okay, but do we really need that? Of course not, because of two reasons. First, that we are not using this result variable anywhere into the add method and not anywhere in the class. Okay, across methods. However, we do not have any other method, but this is not usable. Okay, so we do not need this. And in Ruby, by default, the last line of a method is always its return statement, so we can avoid using this result. Okay, so what we can do here, we can remove this result from here, and we can also remove this assignment as well, and we can simply use value 1 plus value 2. Okay, so our spec has been refactored now. So sorry, our feature has been refactored now. Now let's save this and go to the terminal again and run your spec. Okay, because once you refactor your code or your feature or your implementation, you need to make sure that tests are still passing. Okay, so if you run that, you can see our test cases is still passes. Okay, so this is how refactor stage work. Okay, so here we go through all three phases of the TDD. Let me repeat again. First one is red, where we implemented the test case first without implementing the feature, so we fail the test case. Then we go to the green stage where we pass the test case. Okay, and then we go to the third stage, which is refactor, where we refactor the test case and run the test cases again just to make sure that our code is still passes. Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, so this is a very basic approach of TDD. Okay, but you can say this is very simple because right now we just added a new feature that should uh, add two numbers. Okay, so we go through all three stages. Okay, but what how to write various test coverage for a single feature that we will see into the next lecture. Okay, so I hope you like this. Thanks for watching this, and we will meet into the next lecture where we will write multiple more test cases for the single add method. Okay, so till then, tata, goodbye, take care, and stay safe.